Hey guys, welcome back to another installation of Judging Books by Their Cover. Today we still have 5 books that I will be looking at and reacting to for the very first time. I've never seen the covers, never seen the titles, and based on the covers and their titles, we will be judging and putting them into a blind rank. Before I get started, I just wanted to say thank you to anyone who has subscribed to my channel recently. Every single subscription I see and I appreciate so much. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. It costs you nothing. And if you enjoy this video, like, comment, subscribe. Definitely share this video with people you think that might enjoy it. That being said, let's dig in. I've actually seen this book before in the store. I don't know, whatever bookstore. Maybe I was even in the Target book section. I don't know. I have seen this one before. So the first book that we're looking at today is called The Midnight Library by Matt, I'm going to guess the last name is Haig, Matt Haig, international best-selling author of How to Stop Time. Love that title. This book, it does say, is a #1 New York Times bestseller. The cover is like a very deep, dark, almost midnight blue, which feels appropriate based on the title. And it looks like there's almost little windows all over the cover, but almost like pairs of windows, like next to each other. They're like oval, small windows placed in rows on the cover behind the title and the author's name. And it looks like there's little like scenes happening, but it almost looks like the windows are portals. So in the first window at the top corner, on the top left corner, I should say, it looks like there's a woman, because it looks like she has a ponytail and she looks like petite, like she's walking through one of the windows, and then you see maybe her hand or something else coming out of the other window, as if like she's like going through it, and then you see her on the other side through the other window. Similarly, on the opposite corner of the top, there's like maybe a panther or a cat just like jumping through. You can see the cat like jumping through like the windows. So it's almost like these are portals to me. That's what it looks like. And there's like a bunch of them. There's 3 sets of 2 on like the first row, and then there's a second row, and then there's 2 rows together at the bottom, because the title's kind of in the middle of the page and the author's name is above that, and in between them is a row of windows. I am very intrigued by this cover, and I remember, so this technically isn't my first reaction to this. I remember when I saw it, it definitely caught my eye and I was very interested in it. I didn't pick it up because I was in a rush and didn't have time to stop, but now that I'm standing here looking at this, I do really like it, and I'm so intrigued by what appears to be, it looks like portals to me. And the Midnight Library, it makes it feel very sneaky and something like that's going on behind the scenes, and I love that concept. So I really, really do love this one. It feels like #1 for me, but I don't know why I feel so. The last Judging Books by Their Cover installation I did not feel good about the placement of things, so I'm like nervous to go ahead and put this at #1, but it really does feel like #1 for me. I'm incredibly intrigued by the cover. I love the title. I am very interested in this, and I love books about books, so this does seem like right up my alley. I'm going to push through that anxiety and put this one at #1. I love the title! So the next book that we're looking at today is called Nobody, No Crime, which, if you're a Swiftie like I am, that is the name of one of Taylor Swift's songs, and it's one of my favorite songs. The author of this book is Tess Sharp, and above that it says New York Times bestselling author of The Girls I've Seen. Interesting. I love the colors on this cover. The cover itself is like an off-white color, and the author's name and the title are kind of in the bottom left corner of the cover. The title and the author's name are a gradient of orange, black, and purple. And then in the middle-ish, of the book coming from the top left corner of the cover is it looks like a plane had like flown across the page, is now almost at the bottom right corner of the cover, and the exhaust or flames or whatever comes out from behind it is like expanding in this huge cone behind the plane in colors of red and orange, which is why I said fire. It looks like fire. And out of that is like a drawing, because you can tell this is a drawing. There's two women. They could be teenagers, but they look like young women. Like they look around my age. They look like they're running to something, not from something. They look like they're running to something. So out of the flames, the perspective is like much bigger of the people because the plane is like really tiny. But out of the flames, it's two women running side by side. They both look like they can handle anything. Like the woman on the left, if you look at her arm, she has like very defined, not huge, but very defined muscles while she's running, and you can see the very defined muscular nature of her arms. She has short curly blonde hair. She has like a dark gray tank top on with brown pants that you would expect someone to wear on a hike or an adventure, if you get what I mean. And she has a satchel oh no, it's not a satchel. She's holding a bow from like a bow and arrow combination. She might have the arrows with her, but all I'm seeing is the bow. And then the woman next to her on the right has dark, maybe brownish red hair that's like probably pulled back into a bun or a ponytail, and she has bangs. And she's turning to look at the blonde woman while she's still running. It's harder to see her arms like through her shirt. They do look muscular, but she's wearing like a black undershirt with a red button up that is like rolled up the sleeves, so you can't really see her arms very well. And the red button up is like a dark burgundy red. And then she's wearing what kind of looks more like jean shorts, but they go down to almost the knees. And it looks like she has a gun holster on her pants too, which, wow, very cool. And it's almost like behind them, this scene that is like more involved in the flames and the trail that the plane is leaving. It looks like there's like two people standing on something looking out at the distance, and one is holding a flashlight. So there's a lot of interesting perspectives going on here, and the perspectives are all coming from this trail that the plane is leaving behind itself. And I just love this cover so much. I'm incredibly intrigued. I don't know what it could be about. It's definitely an adventure kind of book, or at least just action. And it definitely looks up my alley. So this is definitely going at number 2. I love the title on this one too. The next book that we're looking at is called Ladylike. Above the title, in a smaller print, it says, "In need of a husband, in want of a wife." Interesting. The author is Mackenzie Lee, and says New York Times bestselling author of The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. That's a cool title too. Definitely intrigues me. The cover is very interesting. So the whole cover itself is a very deep pink or magenta. And then there's very interesting art that's like drawn as a border around everything going on the cover, like the title and the author's name, but it's in like gold, like a golden yellow kind of color. And there's like twists and swirls, and some of it looks like ironwork or brass work, basically. And then there's little images like interspersed in between all this brass work. There's a woman at the top left corner. She looks nude and like she's holding a full wine glass. In the middle of the page at the top, there's the happy drama face, of the happy and sad drama faces that you'd see in theater. It's the happy drama face. And on the opposite side, on the top right corner, there's also a nude woman holding a glass of wine, facing the opposite way. And it kind of does the same exact thing on the bottom, except flipped. So the women are upside down, but the face, that's the sad face for drama. I can't remember the names. Yes, I'm a theater person. No, I don't remember the names. The sad face is at the bottom in the middle of everything. And then on the sides, on the left, there's a dog sitting on a pedestal, like in the brasswork, also the same color. And then on the right side, there's like only the front part of a horse. So like you only see the horse's head, neck, a little bit of the mane, and then their front legs, like kind of sticking out from the side. And that's it. I love the font that's going on. Interwoven into the title are two people. There's what looks like a woman, like at the top, like holding part of the D in the word lady. And she's got like a bonnet, like a white dress that looks very much like from 100 years ago. And then standing on the L in like is maybe a man. Could be a woman dressed in men's clothes. Who's to say? That has like, again, very like 100 years ago type of wardrobe. Like a long sleeved like tailcoat, like jacket, and it's black with like beige tan like riding pants, and then riding boots that go up almost to the knees or like a bar on the knees, and then holding maybe a sword. It looks like this person is maybe holding a sword. I don't know. Ladylike is such an interesting title to me. I would be so interested in picking up this book, and I definitely would see it first. The pink does stand out incredibly well. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm going to put this at number 3. I would definitely pick this up, and I want to put this up as high as possible too. So this is going at number 3. Ooh, this one is very cool looking. So the next book that we're looking at is called A Steeping of Blood. I am genuinely picturing someone putting blood into a tea bag and then steeping the blood. That's exactly what I'm thinking right now. The author is, and I'm hoping I get this pronunciation right. If I don't, I'm so sorry. The author is Hafsa Faizal. And it says a little bit above that, author of #1 New York Times bestseller, A Tempest of Tea. Ooh, it's all tea involved. Look at me. So first of all, very interested about the title, A Steeping of Blood. Like, what does that mean? And then the cover looks very cool. So the cover itself is black, and then you have this drawing, it's definitely a drawing, of a woman, and she takes up pretty much most of the cover. You see her from the top of her head down to like mid-thigh, and she's wearing like probably just a t-shirt, but she has like a scarf or a silk just fabric that she's holding, kind of wearing, and it's all like flying around her-ish. And it's like a deep purple or indigo. So it's a very pretty color, very intriguing. She also has, I'm not going to think of the name for this right now, but it is a type of hairpiece that has like an intricate design of something on one end, and then it has like a pointer because it goes through your hair typically when you have your hair up. And you can see the decorative end sticking out on one side of her head, and then you can see the point sticking out on the other side, and there's a drop of blood coming from the point. The other cool thing about this is below that, in like drawn as if we're looking through a window, starting from her rib cage all the way down to the rest of her that we can see, is almost a photograph. And you just see a very bright, warm yellow light in the picture. And it looks like it's a picture of a big grand hall. Like, I'm thinking of, is it the Hall of Mirrors in the Palace of Versailles? If you know what I'm talking about, it's like a very long hall, and it's got windows going down, and there's like pillars and everything. That's exactly what it looks like. And I wonder why, because it's almost like we're getting a glimpse of it through her. And on top of that, in her hand that's not holding the silk or just wrap that is flying around her, in her other hand, she's holding a type of flower. Could not tell you what this type of flower is. It's also the same color as her and the silk. It's like the deep purple indigo, and it looks Very flowery. I just could not tell you what kind it is, but there's blood dripping from it. So I am very intrigued by it, and I would definitely pick this up. Just the way she's looking at the person, because she's looking out. She's looking directly forward. It's very seductive, and yet maybe a little evil seductive, but subtle. This is gonna go at number 4. This is a first where every book that I went through just got ranked in the same order it was looked at. I've never done that before. So our last book today that we'll be looking at is going to get placed at number 5, regardless of how I feel about it. Oh, it's so cute. Oh my god. Okay. The title of the last book that we'll be looking at today is Uncharmed. The author is Lucy Jane Wood. And above that it says author of Rewitched. Oh, like Bewitched, but Rewitched. That's cute. This cover is so pretty. It looks like it's a cottage in the woods, and there's trees like in the foreground, like on the sides. All of the leaves are orange and red, and some of them are in the trees, some of them on the ground. The ground is orange or yellows, and then there's pumpkins on the ground. The cottage is a little bit in the background, like kind of not far away, but on the right of the cover. And then there's a little path coming from it. And in the yard of the cottage, there is a woman who I'm gonna guess is supposed to be the witch, based on the fact that next to her, or kind of in front of her, is a giant cauldron full of something red, whatever that liquid is. And there's a broom leaning on the cauldron. Steam is also coming up very curly from the cauldron. And there's a white cat. I love that it's not a black cat. I love that it's a little different. There's a white cat sitting next to the woman, the witch. The woman / witch, she is blonde and has her hair in a high ponytail. She's wearing a pink dress that flares out at the bottom, and a red cardigan and pink shoes with like pink bows on them. And behind the cat, there's a small pile of books and a witch's hat on top of the books. The sky behind the cottage is like a pinkish purple with a crescent moon and stars, and there's all kinds of little things on this that it's going to take too long to explain, but it's very witchy, cozy, and cute are the vibes that I get from this, and I would definitely pick this up. Oh, and I almost missed it. In the middle of the page, it says, because it's like small, practically perfect in every witch way, and witch is spelled like W-I-T-C-H. I love this one too. Now, it is going at number 5 today, and I'm happy with that placement just because of the other books that we have in the rank today. I would definitely pick this up and look at it, but based on the other books we have in the list today, I'm very okay with this being at number 5. So that is our rank for this week. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'm very happy with this rank. It is very funny that it all went in the order that we saw them. Definitely not on purpose, but very funny. And I think it works for me. I would be very interested in looking up all of these books, but I would look them up in this order because I'm very interested in those first few books. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. I would love to hear from you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.